How in the world did I make $8,000 by crashing a car? So for context, back in 2020, I bought a 2002 Acura RSX Type S right here. A few of you OGs will probably remember this thing, but yeah, I put about maybe $3-ish thousand worth of mods into the car. I don't remember the exact number because if I did, I would go crazy. And I love this car to death. I drove it everywhere. I drove it to autocross like a million times and I ended up crashing it. So from the crash, I was super confused. I was like, oh shoot, what do I do? Am I supposed to like report it to insurance? After consulting a few friends, they told me that insurance would probably only pay me just a few $1,000s just because of how bad the car is and also how old it was. So then I initially listed it for sale, just the full car, everything on it still. And for context, the frame of the car was actually bent in to the point where you can't really pull it straight. You would have to probably chop it off and weld on a new one, so it wasn't even worth fixing. And because of that, no one really wanted to buy the car. The highest offer I actually got for the entire car with everything on it was $2,000. And I was like, heck no, I'm not going to sell it for $2,000. I'm just going to take off all the parts and sell it individually and see how much I can make. I sold basically everything on this car. I took out the entire motor swap and sold that for actually a good amount of money. Basically the full interior except for the dashboard, everything in the engine bay, and super weird things such as like just a piece of the quarter panel. The dude actually paid me a good amount for that too, and all I had to do was wear a helmet and just chop it off. But after maybe about 4 months of parting out the car, I made about $8,000. And I bet you guys were wondering, what the heck did I do to the shell? Well, my initial thought was with the shell, I probably had to pay a scrapyard to come take it and throw it away. After making a ton of phone calls, I ended up finding out that a bunch of scrapyards actually want to pay you for your shell. The particular scrapyard I called actually sent out a tow truck over here and they paid me $150 just for the rolling shell of the RSX. Of course, I also loaded it with the parts I wasn't able to sell easily, so then they just took it away. But in total, I made about $8,000. I put probably about $9,000 to $10,000 in the RSX, so I guess I didn't really make a profit, but you know what I mean. I felt like in that situation, I made the best with what I had, so I was able to just make a little bit of money back from my crash. And honestly, the most helpful part with everything in this part out was actually learning how to disassemble everything, because that taught me how to put everything back together with like any other Honda-ish car without any tutorial. The experience I got from that was priceless in my opinion because it's just all like the intuition you kind of gain from that. And overall, I thought it was just kind of fun. It was sad seeing, you know, your beloved car in shambles and pieces and you're just ripping pieces off of it just to sell off, but honestly, I'm happy just seeing the parts go to other people.